during the day, flipping rocks shows you bugs. But at night, flipping rocks shows you creatures you didn't even know existed. And tonight, I found some of the wildest nocturnal animals I've ever seen. During the day, flipping rocks usually reveals small insects, tiny beetles, and harmless creatures hiding from the heat. But at night, everything changes. Once the sun goes down, a completely different world wakes up beneath those same rocks. Glowing scorpions, massive spiders, secret predators, animals you would never see during daylight. So tonight, I traveled to a trail known for having some of the craziest nocturnal wildlife. And the moment I flipped the very first rock, I knew this was going to be different. Right under that first rock was a California scorpion. These scorpions are famous for one reason: under ultraviolet light. They glow. The reason isn't fully understood, but nearly all scorpions fluoresce, making them one of the strangest nocturnal animals on Earth. It was the perfect start. A few rocks later, I found a small spider web with an ant trapped inside. At first, I thought I could save it. But then I noticed something disturbing. The ant was twitching uncontrollably. That's when I realized its head was missing. Somehow, the ant's body was still moving, even without a head, likely due to its nervous system still firing. The spider had already fed. As I continued flipping rocks, most were empty. But under rock number 5, I found something incredible. A tarantula burrow. And not just any tarantula, this was the largest one I've ever found while rock flipping. Since tarantulas are nocturnal, this was the rare chance to see one hunt. I grabbed a cricket and gently offered it. Unlike previous daytime attempts, this tarantula reacted instantly. It grabbed the cricket straight from the tweezers and began feeding. Watching a tarantula eat in the wild at night is something you almost never get to see. Under another rock, I noticed a small spider with an abdomen that looked exactly like an eye. The pattern was so realistic it resembled a snake's eye staring back at me. Imagining this spider suspended in a web at night, looking like a floating eye, was unsettling. Further along the trail, I flipped a rock and found 2 oak toads, one pale white and one darker brown. Oak toads are the smallest toad species in the United States. I tried offering them small crickets, but neither seemed interested. Not every animal hunts immediately, even at night. Nearby, I watched an ant dragging a massive green worm back to its colony. A reminder that even tiny creatures are constantly working while we sleep. Under another rock, I accidentally woke a garter snake curled inside its burrow. Garter snakes aren't nocturnal, so this one was likely just resting. Thankfully, they're non-venomous, and after a brief look, I carefully placed the rock back. Not long after, I found a queen ant with her very first worker beside her, tending 2 eggs. Every massive ant colony starts exactly like this: a single queen and a handful of workers. Later, I uncovered a house centipede, fast, alien-looking, and unsettling. Despite the name, these creatures don't just live in houses. They're efficient predators, and seeing one sprint through the forest floor was disturbing. Then I found something even stranger, Jerusalem cricket. Thick-bodied, massive head, and completely unnatural looking. Watching it move sent chills down my spine. After a stretch of empty rocks, I decided to change tactics. I pulled out a thermal camera. Thermal cameras detect heat, allowing animals to be seen even in complete darkness, and that's when I spotted movement. An ant-lion larva. Ant-lions dig cone-shaped pits designed to trap ants. I watched as an ant stumbled into the pit, and the antlion began throwing sand to knock it back down. This one failed, and the ant escaped. But nearby I found an adult ant lion, the final form of that larva. Even more incredible, it was laying eggs, completing its life cycle right in front of me. Under another rock, I found a beetle missing its head, just like the ant earlier. Something in this ecosystem was decapitating insects. Later, I found several millipedes. One rolled into a defensive ball immediately. Another refused to, seemingly unmet. As the trail transitioned into desert terrain, the animals changed instantly. Under the first desert rock was a desert hairy scorpion, the largest scorpion species in the United States. Under UV light, it glowed brilliantly. I offered it a cricket. The scorpion grabbed it, injected venom, and began feeding. You could actually see fluid moving inside its head as it consumed its prey. Further along, I found an ant colony filled with winged antselates. These ants were preparing for their annual nuptial flight where new colonies would be born. Under another rock were blue, death-feigning beetles coated in a waxy layer that protects them from desert heat. Then I found one of the most infamous insects of all, a velvet ant, also known as a cowkiller. When threatened, it emitted a high-pitched squeak by contracting its abdomen. Despite the sound, its real defense is one of the most painful stings in the insect world. Under the next rock was a camel, spider-fast, aggressive-looking, and terrifying. Despite myths, they aren't venomous, but their mandibles are powerful enough to cause serious pain. As the night came to an end, I flipped rock number 100. Under it was a massive wolf spider. I dropped a cricket nearby. In less than half a second, the spider ambushed it. Brutal, efficient, perfectly adapted. And with that, the night came to an end. A reminder that when we sleep, an entire world comes alive beneath our feet. Thanks for watching.